When God is preparing to elevate you to a new level, one of the most common signs is a season of isolation and refinement. While this experience can feel lonely and disheartening, it is in fact a crucial part of God's process of transformation. This is a time when he draws you away from distractions, familiar comforts, and even certain people in your life, so he can mold and shape you for the work ahead. Isolation is not a punishment, but a preparation. It is in these moments of solitude that God speaks to your heart, revealing truths that might have been drowned out by the noise of the world. In this season, you may find relationships shifting, not because they were inherently bad, but because they no longer align with the direction God is taking you. The people who were part of your last season may not be equipped to walk with you into the next. This can be painful, as you might feel abandoned or misunderstood, but it is essential to trust that God is pruning your life for greater fruitfulness. As John 15:02 reminds us, he cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. God's refinement ensures that when he elevates you, you will be able to sustain the blessings and responsibilities that come with it. Isolation is also a time for self-examination. God often uses this season to help you confront areas of your life that need healing, growth, or repentance. You may find yourself reflecting on past decisions, habits, or patterns that no longer serve his purpose for you. It's a time to surrender these things to him, allowing him to reshape your heart and mind. This process can feel uncomfortable, even painful, as God removes the old to make room for the new. But remember, his goal is not to harm you, but to refine you. Much like a potter shaping clay, or a goldsmith purifying gold. This period of refinement also strengthens your spiritual muscle. When you are removed from the familiar and the comfortable, you are forced to lean more fully on God. Your prayer life deepens as you seek his guidance and reassurance. Your faith grows stronger as you learn to trust him in the uncertainty. It is in this space that you begin to understand the words of Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. In the stillness of isolation, you come to know him more intimately and experience his presence in ways you never have before. God also uses this season to prepare your character for what lies ahead. Elevation comes with greater responsibilities, influence, and challenges, and God needs to ensure you are equipped to handle them. This is a time when he tests your patience, humility, and perseverance. He allows situations that refine your integrity, teaching you to rely on his strength rather than your own. While the process can feel grueling, it is building within you the resilience and character necessary for the next level. As you walk through this season, it's important to resist the urge to rush the process. Society often values quick results and instant gratification, but God works on his timetable, not ours. Trust that his timing is perfect and that he is working all things together for your good, Romans 8:28. Instead of striving to escape the season of isolation, embrace it as an opportunity to draw closer to him, to learn, and to grow. Finally, know that this season will not last forever. Isolation and refinement are temporary but necessary phases in the journey of elevation. When the time is right, God will bring you out of the wilderness and into the promised land, fully prepared for the new level he has prepared for you. Until then, hold fast to his promises, remain faithful in the small things, and trust that He is doing a great work in you. The isolation you feel now is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of something extraordinary. When God is elevating you to the next level, challenges and obstacles often transform into unexpected opportunities for growth. While such moments may initially appear overwhelming, they serve as a divine training ground, preparing you for the greater purpose and calling that lies ahead. Every difficulty you face is not an end, but a catalyst for personal and spiritual growth. God uses challenges to sharpen your skills, refine your character, and deepen your faith, ensuring that you are equipped to handle the blessings and responsibilities that come with elevation. Obstacles in life often serve as mirrors, revealing areas of weakness or immaturity that need development. When faced with adversity, you are given the opportunity to grow in resilience, patience, and problem solving. For example, enduring a season of financial difficulty might teach you the importance of stewardship and trust in God's provision. Experiencing relational conflict can help you develop greater empathy, communication skills, and a heart for reconciliation. These lessons are invaluable, not only for the season you're in, but also for the seasons to come. God doesn't allow challenges in your life to break you. He allows them to build you. One of the most profound ways that obstacles lead to growth is by forcing you to depend on God in ways you may not have before. When everything is smooth and predictable, it's easy to rely on your own strength, abilities, or resources. However, when you encounter a situation that feels insurmountable, you are reminded of your need for God's guidance and power, and in return it inspires you with confidence and power. The more this reliance fosters a deeper intimacy with Him as you learn to seek His wisdom, listen for His voice, and trust His plan even when it doesn't make sense. Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6 captures this truth beautifully. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. Challenges also serve to test and strengthen your faith. It's easy to declare faith in God when life is going well, but true faith is revealed in the face of difficulty. When you choose to trust God despite your circumstances, your faith becomes unshakable. Each time you overcome a challenge, you build spiritual confidence, knowing that the same God who brought you through before will do so again. This confidence is crucial as you step into new levels of influence and responsibility, where greater challenges are inevitable. Obstacles often provide the perfect environment for creativity and innovation. When a door closes or a path is blocked, you are forced to think outside the box and seek alternative solutions. These moments push you to explore new ideas, take risks, and grow in your capabilities. For instance, a career setback might inspire you to develop a skill you hadn't considered before, leading to new opportunities you never imagined. God uses these moments to expand your vision and prepare you for what's ahead. It's also important to recognize that challenges often bring clarity about your purpose. When you face resistance or struggle, it forces you to evaluate what truly matters and what you are willing to fight for. This process refines your focus, eliminating distractions and aligning your priorities with God's will. You begin to see your challenges not as barriers, but as stepping stones toward your destiny, and keeping you warm, keeping you comfortable, and keeping you part of the destiny. Romans 5:3, reminds us of this transformative process. Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. Moreover, the way you navigate challenges serves as a testimony to others. Your ability to remain steadfast, hopeful, and faithful in the face of adversity inspires those around you, pointing them toward the God who sustains you. When others see how you grow and thrive despite your struggles, they are drawn to the source of your strength. In this way, your obstacles not only refine you, but also glorify God and encourage others. Finally, challenges remind you that elevation is not just about personal achievement, but about aligning with God's kingdom purposes. As you grow through adversity, you are better equipped to serve others, lead with wisdom, and steward the blessings God entrusts to you. The trials you endure today prepare you to handle the weight of your calling tomorrow. They remind you that elevation is not about comfort or ease, but about stepping into the fullness of God's plan for your life. Every challenge there is a hidden blessing. Each obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more faithful. While it may not always be clear in the moment, hindsight often reveals how God used every difficulty to prepare you for something greater. Trust in His process, embrace the lessons, and know that the challenges you face today are shaping you into the person He has called you to be. Never forget that however difficult things you face today are shaping you into the person He has called you to be. When God is preparing to elevate you to the next level, He deepens your reliance on Him through faith. This process is often marked by seasons of uncertainty, where the familiar structures and supports in your life seem to shift or fall away. It is in these moments that God calls you to trust Him fully, not only with your circumstances, but with your future. Faith becomes the foundation upon which He builds your character, strengthens your spirit, and prepares you for the responsibilities and blessings of the next chapter of your journey. One of the most profound ways God deepens your reliance on Him is by allowing situations that are beyond your control. When everything seems manageable, it's easy to lean on your own understanding, resources, or abilities. But when you encounter challenges that exceed your capacity, you are compelled to look beyond yourself. These moments strip away the illusion of self-sufficiency and draw you into a posture of humility before God. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us of this essential truth. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Reliance on God becomes not just a choice, but a necessity, and it is through this dependence that your faith begins to grow. God also uses faith to teach you patience. His timing often differs from ours, and waiting on Him can be one of the most challenging aspects of the faith journey. In the waiting, God refines your character, teaching you to trust His plan, even when it is not unfolding as quickly or as clearly as you would like. This waiting period is not wasted. It is a time of preparation. Isaiah 40:31 offers encouragement for these seasons. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. The process of waiting deepens your trust in God's faithfulness and strengthens your endurance for the journey ahead. In deepening your reliance on Him, God often brings you to a place where you must surrender your fears, anxieties, and doubts. Fear can be a powerful barrier to elevation, but faith calls you to step out in courage, trusting that God will provide and protect. This act of surrender is not easy. It requires you to let go of control and trust in the unseen. Hebrews 11:01 defines faith as confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Through every step of uncertainty, God proves Himself faithful, showing you that His promises are true and His provision is sufficient. Stay with us now. Another way God deepens your reliance on Him is by drawing you closer to His Word and His presence. As you face challenges or step into unfamiliar territory, you may find yourself seeking Him more intentionally through prayer, worship, and Scripture. These spiritual disciplines become lifelines, strengthening your faith and aligning your heart with His will. The more you rely on Him, the more you experience His peace, guidance, and assurance. Psalm 119, verses 5 through 18. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. In moments of uncertainty, His word illuminates the way forward, reminding you that you are never alone, and that through this process, God also shifts your perspective. Reliance on Him teaches you to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to grow and glorify Him. Faith allows you to view setbacks as setups for something greater, and difficulties as tools for refinement. This perspective shift not only deepens your trust in God, but also equips you with the resilience to persevere through trials. Romans 8:28 serves as a powerful reminder. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. As you rely on Him, you begin to see His hand at work in every aspect of your life, even in the struggles. Finally, reliance on God through faith transforms your relationship with Him. It moves you from viewing Him as a distant deity to knowing Him as a personal and loving Father. You begin to experience His presence in ways that are intimate and profound, realizing that His plans for you are born out of His deep love for you. This relationship becomes the anchor of your life, providing stability and strength no matter what storms come your way. As God deepens your reliance on Him, He is preparing you for greater things. This reliance is not a sign of weakness, but a source of strength. It is through faith that you access His power, wisdom, and guidance, enabling you to rise to the next level with confidence and grace. Trust in His process, lean into His presence, and know that as you rely on Him, He is equipping you for the extraordinary purposes He has planned for your life. When God is elevating you to a new level, one of the clearest signs is the shift in your relationships. As He prepares you for your next season, old connections that no longer serve His purpose in your life may begin to fade, and He will bring new, divine connections into your path. These changes are often unexpected and at times uncomfortable, but they are an essential part of His plan to position you for the growth, influence, and blessings He has in store. It is through relationships that God often carries out His work, and as such, He carefully aligns you with individuals who will build you up, challenge you in healthy ways, and partner with you in fulfilling his purposes. The process of replacing old relationships with divine connection starts with a season of pruning. Just as a gardener cuts away branches that hinder a plant's growth, God may remove certain people from your life who no longer align with where he is taking you. This does not mean these individuals are bad or unworthy. It simply means their role in your journey has come to an end. Perhaps they were part of a past season meant to teach you lessons, provide support, or even challenge your growth. Now, as you step into a new chapter, their influence may no longer fit with the purpose God is unfolding in your life. Letting go of old relationships can be difficult, especially if they are long-standing or deeply rooted in your identity. You may feel a sense of loss or even guilt as these connections begin to fade. However, it is important to trust that God's plans for your life are always for your good. When he removes something, it is only because he intends to replace it with something better. Ecclesiastes 3:01 reminds us, "To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven." Trusting in this truth allows you to release relationships with grace, knowing that God is orchestrating every detail of your life. As God prunes away old connections, he simultaneously orchestrates divine appointments with new individuals. These divine connections often come in unexpected ways. A chance meeting, a mutual friend, or even a random conversation that sparks something significant. These relationships are marked by a sense of alignment, purpose, and spiritual encouragement. They are not transactional or superficial. Instead, they are deeply rooted in God's will and serve to help you grow, achieve your goals, and fulfill his calling on your life. One key characteristic of divine connections is that they draw you closer to God. These individuals encourage your faith, challenge you to grow spiritually, and inspire you to walk in obedience. They may speak words of wisdom or offer guidance that confirms what God has already placed in your heart. Their presence in your life feels purposeful, as though they were divinely sent to help you navigate your journey. Proverbs 27:17 illustrates this beautifully. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Divine connections refine you, strengthen you, and push you toward excellence. Another hallmark of these relationships is that they often come with mutual benefit. God brings people together not only so you can receive from them, but also so you can pour into their lives. Divine connections are partnerships where both parties grow and thrive. Whether it's a mentor pouring wisdom into you, a peer walking alongside you, or someone you are called to mentor, these relationships are built on a foundation of mutual edification and support. As you embrace divine connections, you may also notice a shift in the quality of your relationships. Where old connections may have been marked by negativity, competition, or stagnation, divine connections are uplifting, encouraging, and forward-moving. These relationships align with the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Galatians 5:22-23. They are not free of challenges, but they are rooted in a shared commitment to God's will and purpose. It is also important to recognize that divine connections are not limited to personal relationships. God may bring professional mentors, business partners, or ministry collaborators into your life to help you step into the new level he has prepared for you. These individuals may open doors, provide resources, or share opportunities that align with God's plan. Their role in your life is intentional and strategic, designed to help you fulfill your calling and reach your potential. As you navigate this transition, it's crucial to remain prayerful and discerning. Not every connection is divine, and not every person who enters your life is meant to stay. Seek God's guidance as you build relationships, asking Him to reveal His will and give you wisdom to recognize the connections He has ordained. When you trust Him to lead you, He will place the right people in your path at the right time. Ultimately, the shift from old relationships to divine connections is a sign of God's hand at work in your life. He is preparing you for greater things and ensuring that you are surrounded by the people who will help you succeed. Trust the process, embrace the changes, and remain open to the new relationships He is bringing into your life. In His perfect timing, these divine connections will prove to be an integral part of your elevation to the next level. When God is preparing to elevate you to a new level, one of the most profound signs is a renewed sense of purpose and vision. This is not just a fleeting feeling or a passing thought. It is a deep inner stirring that brings clarity, passion, and a desire to move forward in alignment with God's will. It feels as though the pieces of your life are beginning to fit together in ways they never have before, and you start to see glimpses of the bigger picture He has for you. This renewed purpose is a divine invitation to step into the next chapter of your journey, equipped with fresh energy and a clear direction. This sense of purpose often begins with a divine dissatisfaction with the status quo. Things that once brought you comfort or satisfaction may no longer feel fulfilling. What used to seem acceptable might now feel limiting, and you may find yourself questioning whether there is something more you're meant to do. This discomfort is not a sign of failure or loss, but an indication that God is stirring your spirit for something greater, is awakening you to the reality that you were created for a purpose far beyond what you have been living. Philippians 2:13 reminds us, "For it is God who works in you to will and to act, in order to fulfill His good purpose." This inner stirring is His work, prompting you to seek the path He has prepared. As this renewal unfolds, God often begins to reveal specific aspects of His plan for your life. He might place new dreams in your heart, open your eyes to opportunities you hadn't considered before, or reignite passions that you had set aside. This vision is not vague or ambiguous. It carries a sense of divine clarity. You may find yourself suddenly drawn to a particular cause, career, or ministry that aligns with your gifts and talents. These desires are not random. They are planted by God to guide you toward the work He has called you to do. Along with this vision comes a renewed sense of passion and energy. You feel compelled to take action, even if the steps ahead are uncertain. This drive is fueled by a conviction that what you are pursuing is meaningful and aligned with God's plan. It is not about chasing personal success and recognition, but about fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. Colossians 3:23 encourages us, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." This renewed purpose gives you the motivation to pursue your calling wholeheartedly, knowing that your efforts are part of a greater mission. A renewed sense of purpose also brings focus. For you may have once felt scattered or unsure of your direction. You now feel a sense of alignment. Distractions that once consumed your time and energy begin to fade away, and you become more intentional about how you spend your days. You start to prioritize the things that matter most: your relationship with God, your family, your health, and your calling. This focus allows you to make decisions that are aligned with your purpose, rather than being pulled in multiple directions. With this renewed vision comes a greater reliance on God. The clarity and purpose you experience are not a result of your own wisdom or planning, but a gift from Him. As you step into this new season, you realize that you cannot fulfill your calling on your own. You need His guidance, strength, and provision every step of the way. This deepens your prayer life and your trust in Him as you seek His direction in everything you do. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." This truth becomes your foundation as you navigate the path ahead. Renewed purpose also equips you to handle challenges and setbacks with resilience. When you know why you are doing what you are doing, you are less likely to be discouraged by obstacles. Instead of seeing difficulties as reasons to quit, you view them as opportunities for growth and refinement. You understand that every challenge is part of God's preparation, shaping you into the person you need to be to fulfill your calling. Romans 5:3 and 4 reminds us, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." This hope sustains you as you press forward, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. Finally, a renewed sense of purpose transforms how you view your life and the impact you can have on others. You begin to see your gifts, talents, and experiences as tools to serve and bless those around you. Your focus shifts from self-centered pursuits to kingdom-centered impact. And you find joy in knowing that your life is making a difference. This transformation is a testament to God's work in you as He molds you into a vessel for His glory. In this season of renewal, God is not only giving you a clearer vision, but also equipping you with everything you need to fulfill it. Trust in His timing, lean into His guidance, and embrace the passion and clarity He has placed within you. With Him leading the way, you can step boldly into your purpose, knowing that He will complete the good work He has started in you.